So we met up at a tiny bar. I had my abortion money ready. Life is crazy. I had my abortion money ready and I was game. I was going to do it, but he's like, let's meet up. So when we meet up, he's like, look here, if it means scrubbing floors and cleaning roads and doing people's laundry to any rustabout job there is, we can do it. We will handle it. What we're not going to do is take an innocent life. That one we shall not do. And when he told me that, I asked myself, why would I even want to take an innocent life? I have managed to look after my dad and my brother. I have faced so much and I've still managed to provide. What of my own blood? Someone that I'm carrying, and I kept the baby. Down to hospital, he was in hospital even when the baby father was there. He was front row and center, you know? He was my person, he was my BFF, you know?
So you said 4 years later?
Yeah. Because even by the time I had the baby, now by the time I have the baby, we are still best friends. I'll tell him about my adversities. He'd come visit me at my baby father's house, and he knew all the things that I faced with my baby father, because my baby father wasn't the best of people. From that conversation, I don't know how it carried forward. Boom.
Things happened.
We were like, by the way, let's do this. Openly
you,
and
you know
candidly,
me.
like, I know your demons, you know my demons, I know where you've messed up, I know what pissed you off. Let's try this. Our parents keep saying, love your best friend. Well, and voila, it wasn't magic. Voila, it was there. Next thing we know, 1 year into us dating, a bundle of joy pops up. Blaze, my second born.
Okay.
Because between him and Zion, it's a 4-year gap pretty much. Blaze pop up, we're living together. Damn,
Things are good?
things were good. Things were good.
Were.
They were, for a minute.
Okay.
And now, because I was working on TV at first, and when I got pregnant the second time, because you have to understand, when I started working on TV, I had just had Zion. For me, it wasn't, because I keep my kids out of the limelight. Even before TV, I don't put my kids out there. Now it was different. I was known, people knew me. Here I'm pregnant again. How am I going to
Who's the baby
explain that?
daddy?
Who is the baby father? I didn't want the stigma of you have like 10,000 baby fathers. And I remember that was a very serious discussion between me and him. When I found out I was pregnant, I told him, look here, I promised myself after this first baby, the next person I'm having babies with, he finna stay.
Okay.
He ain't moving a muscle an inch. I don't care about him. If you're unhappy, you will stay here. I'm not doing this again, you know, because I was scared.
Yeah.
If you've been burned the first time, and I didn't want to be the person who goes to the family gatherings and they're asking you, how are the baby fathers?
Yeah.
You know, we're both from a Catholic background, so I mean that's why I managed to keep it together the entire time when I was working in bars and all of that. I never got knocked up. I got knocked up when I was of legal age and understanding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, things were good. Then I left TV because I didn't know how to deal with my pregnancy and TV. And I remember we sat down and he's like, it's a brand new situation for you. It's brand new for me because this is my first child. And we're not ordinary people. We're two best friends. We have procreated. Let's give it a shot. Let's try to be there for this one too.
Okay.
So I walk off TV and I'm like, yeah, Mfachi. I've never been the type to want fame.
Okay.
Fame don't mean crap to me. And I hope people out there notice it. I don't care 2 bits about fame. For me, it's a paycheck.
Yeah.
Does it put food on the table? Then that's just that.
Okay.
So I leave TV, and at the moment he was at university. Started a very fancy course, if I should say. I was always so proud. You should have seen my social media. I'm like, in a couple of years, I am going to be the wife of a financial advisor. Do you know what this guy has studied? I was so proud of him.
Planning.
Had plans. And then 1 year after I walk off TV and We're trying to juggle it. He's doing school. I'm not working. Remember, I'm a chick who's used
To
to
working.
working.
Taking care of yourself.
I'm not used to being looked after in its entirety. It got to me. It wore me down. I hit depression like you would never know it, and I didn't even know it was depression until I had to go to hospital one day, and they put me on antidepressants, and I was like, wait, it's that bad. I was on antidepressants for like about 6 months. It was that bad because I didn't know how to cope. And it wasn't just the situation that I was home. I was used to being the breadwinner, and now I'm with this amazing person, but he's in school. He is not a hands-on person like I am. I used to get gigs in between. Thank God for my voice. My voice has always put a meal on my table, even when I don't want it to. Someone call me like, we need a big husky voice. I'm like, I'm there. So he was not working. I'm not working. I'm used to working. So I tell myself, you know what? This is what we're going to do. You're going to have this baby. As soon as the baby is good, and you're good too, hit the ground running.
Okay.
Go get you a job. And that's what I did exactly.
Okay.
I did not wait to heal. I was up and about looking for a job when my son was, I think, 3 months.
Okay.
3 months of age. I was already hitting the streets. I'll get up in the morning and I'll go here, I go here, I go here, come back home in at least 2 hours tops every day. And he wasn't like that because he was concentrating on school. He did finance and investment analysis. The amount of reading he had to do was
So his
crazy
life was
for him.
School was
It
his
was
life.
school all the time.
Ooh,
And then I was lucky at that
coming from two very different places.
two very different places. And then I remember I got my first job when my son, my second born, turned, he was about 8 months. I broke even, and
Yeah.
then I went back to working. Because of course there are so many other things I haven't told you in between these stories, because they're all the
Because you
different.
worked on radio, you
Worked on
so
TV.
many-
I've done so many things. There's so many in
We'll
betweens
have
there.
to do another.
But then, okay, so when he turns 7 months, I get my first break, and I got a job with Hot 100 at the moment. I've skipped so many other stories in between there. So now I'm working, and we are raising a baby, and he's getting an education.
Yeah.
And I was doing a morning show, and I was pretty much in Nakawere still. Kinda, because my first son was a C-section. This one was a different situation. I didn't know how to cope. For me, every situation was new, and I let myself experience every bit of it.
Yeah.
So we had this routine where I would get up 5 a.m. in the morning, get my eldest ready for school. Then my brother would walk him to school. My brother is always a part of my life. Any place I go to, we are together. Where I am, he is, and he always has my back. So.
Yeah.
I would dress him up or get him ready for school. He walks him to school because the school was nearby, and then I sit in a taxi. I keep telling people, for me, it wasn't, I wasn't them lucky girls who had a car. I was living in a state that you wouldn't even understand. It was so regular, basic. I take a taxi because I was living
Children
nearby.
are expensive. You weren't working. You had
Thank
a baby,
you.
He was in school.
It wasn't easy at all. So he would stay with the baby in the mornings,
Okay.
and then I'd go do my breakfast show, and then run back at home, get ready for all for everything in the house, cooking and cleaning and everything. I didn't have a maid for about 2 years. I was juggling. And I handled up. Girl, I am so proud of me. That is why whenever someone says something about the person that I am, I look at you and I look at you and I'm like, you don't even know the half of it. I have faced so much adversity that I find it beautiful to witness.
Yeah.
That I could be a witness, that someone can have that much personal strength. Belief in self is something no one should take for granted. So, I mean, we move on. He does school. I'm working, I'm paying the rent, I'm paying the bills, I'm doing everything. You know, his family would help at times if
If they could.
no, like with the kid. If you're
Okay.
busy, drop the kid off. Or financially at times when they could, if they could, which was also rare. But we was getting by. Now I'm paying tuition for my eldest son, looking after my brother, looking after me, and I have a baby, and looking after the man too because he was also in school. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7
Hadn't he
years. I'm
finished
like,
school by then?
he had finished school a long time ago.
Had
And
he started working?
no. So I was the
Was it
breadwinner in
that
my
he-
house.
Was it he struggled or he was just used to
No,
the
I mean,
situation?
Crystal, he's my baby father, and I have utmost respect for him because, I mean, at the end of the day, that is the father of my kids.
Yes, of course.
Just like my deadbeat number one, still the respect is there. These kids don't carry my last name. They carry their last name.
Yeah,
Regardless of how much anger you want to carry, it's just not necessary.
yeah.
That's their blood.
So 7 years though.
Yes, so 7 years, you are pretty much the breadwinner.
Holding it up.
You're holding the fort up. You're all these things. I mean, yeah, there were moments in between there where he would probably get like a break even and chip in and chip here, chip in and chip there, but it was pretty much always me.
So
So,
what was the final stroke then?
you see, I keep telling women, do not be afraid to walk away. Your happiness is only determined by you. The moment you find your happiness in someone else, honey, you have a problem. Because what happens when they take away your happiness? You have no right to it. You own your happiness.
Yeah.
Own it. I just got up one day and I couldn't.
You couldn't do
I,
it
I,
anymore.
I had stopped looking at him like my man, which is something that is natural.
Yeah.
If I'm paying the bills for everything, it's not the disrespect. I held it down. I was Bonnie and Clyde, and everybody who knew us knew me. I am a ride or die. It's just in my nature.
Yeah.
When I say I'm going to hold on to this, I hold on. But it reaches a point when you're like, but I keep
much.
giving and giving and giving. When do I receive? When do you honestly look at it and go like, wait, how many jobs are you working? The times I will end up working like about 4 jobs. Cheyo Uganda. People think they kukuba cheyo abroad. For them they are paid in dollars. Watching me as being paid in shillings.
Yes.
But you ngazono zigata
Yeah, you have
because
to.
you want your family to look a certain way. You want certain things for your family. So I just found myself losing out. And what hurt the most is that even when you'd point it out, it was more like, girl, just because you're paying the bills and you manage to break even doesn't mean it works the same way for us. And I'm like, look here, this is not about luck. This is not about anything else but you deciding, I want to be a man to this woman. I want to pay her back for all the things that she has been there for me, because my entire life I have been looking after men, and I respect men that much
Yeah.
because I understand that men are also human. The way we fail at things is the same way they fail at things. So for me, it wasn't even about the fact that I was providing. I just wanted you to take a minute, appreciate that I am, and then tell me, sit pretty, I got you. Because that's what your man is supposed to do.
Yeah. And that didn't
But if
happen.
year in, year out, it was a different story. Started with promises, I'm going to make you the happiest girl, I'm going to give you all these things, I'm going to look after the kids. We're going to be golden. And I had so much faith that even when someone would tell me, yo, T, that even when someone would tell me, yo, T, you're losing it. You are putting in way too much. I would tell you, shut up and mind yours.
So
You
what-
know?
What was the breaking point? Did you just wake up and leave?
I got up one day, and here's the fun part. Most people don't like to be as honest as they have to be. I'll be honest. My social media is fun. My DMs are lit. I bump into the most amazing characters, the most disturbing characters. So It was a random day and the WhatsApp comes through. I'm used to people having my WhatsApp number from all walks of life. I'm tired of the block button. I buy new lines and it's the same thing. Till at times you're like, you know what? Nah. Inbox me if you want. I will not respond. I was done. I was exhausted until this very humble young man inboxed me. And we got to talking. We got to chatting. For me, my depression was so bad that I couldn't sleep without drinking. Because when I would drink, that is the only time I felt like it's leveled out now. I don't have to face tomorrow right now. And I couldn't stand looking at my man be judgmental, be demanding, be all these things, and yet I'm doing it myself. And I was stretched too thin. I have a problem, Crystal. I love to help because for me, I feel I've reached where I've reached because of the masses of strangers. So there is no one moment you will ever move into my house and just find my close-knit family. It's impossible. There'll be a distant cousin. No, I don't like family that much. By now, you know. Yeah, my family knows I'll say it. But you'll find a random stranger who I probably met in a weird part of my life living in my home and I'm helping, or you'll find me helping out different people. I just do it. And I'm so blessed that the people that I help, most people look at it as I am helping them. Actually, they're helping me. They're helping me remember humanity is there. There's beauty in the world. If only you decide to see it. It doesn't have to be a little bit kinder, to be nicer. That's the other part of me people don't know.
Okay.
So I'm talking to this
You're
young man.
telling me, what is he saying?
He was saying everything right. And we was laughing about it. I'm like, young boy, calm down. You know I have 3 kids, right? And I'm spoken for, I'm taken, and I'm proud of it. He's like, I know. No one slides into your DMs and doesn't know your entire story. So we got to talking. We would pretty much talk about everything. Talk about life, we talk about when I was feeling down, he would notice it and he'll be like, yeah, your mood today was, yeah. What's up? And we got to exchanging so many things and talking. And then one day it hit me. I was holding on to something that was never going to come through for me because they had the comfort. They knew I got this. At home, my friends called me the Mrs. I got this. Say no more. You could tell me we need a rock from Mars. I'll be like, girl, say no more. We are getting that rock. I'm just like, and I set my mind to things, I want to do them. And I remember we sat down, and for me it was a mixture of so many things. Given the fact that I was running the home, it was wearing me down. And then you had to put on the insecurities that come with my job. And I wasn't even cheating. I was never a cheater.
It was just talking. Well, okay, before that.
Even before that, before that came into the picture, I was home on time, midday, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing all these things. I am what they call a role model type of wife. I do everything.
So you didn't see this coming?
I didn't even see this coming. And even before he came into the picture, there was that insecurity. You know, a man would get insecure. You're working on TV, you're a very gorgeous girl, you're opinionated. There's tons of men out there who would put you to use or make your life much more comfortable. But I always have to keep reassuring you, look here, we're here. I got this. Every day I come back to you. I'm still working towards us on a daily. I don't need much. All I need is the trust, the same trust that I have that you will at some point man up
So you
and
weren't
look
getting
after
that.
me. I wasn't getting that. It was fight after fight every day. Ooh, somebody slid in your DM. My phone never had passwords per se. Up to today, my kids also know it. When I have a password, I have to tell my son, who has to tell the son to, and tell the daughter. Like, my phone is just for everyone. So I'd hit the bed, I'm going to sleep, and then he's in my phone checking out all these things. And I used to always tell him, dude, you know the job I do. You know the job I do.
There will always be attention.
There will always be attention, and I know you know what I'm talking about because you're married
always be
too.
attention.
There'll always be attention, and at the end of the day, it's my prerogative to decide what I want to do with the attention. Now, if I've shown you that I don't even want that attention, I'm still trying to struggle towards this getting better, I expect for you
To trust me.
to trust me.
Yeah.
I didn't want a lot. I just wanted some trust. Now, I'm not saying I was a model person. I had my ups and downs just like every person.
Yeah.
You have your bad days where you flip a switch. You have your bad days where you're like, but dude, calm down. You're being too extra right now. You get what I'm saying? I have those moments. But at the end of the day, for me, my core value was, this is my family. And I'll do anything to keep my family together and happy.
But you know, in this society, making that choice that you're leading to, where you met
Yes.
someone new, you had your 3 kids,
Yes.
that was,
Yeah, well, so, I mean, after that, I remember there was
the smile on your face.
because, like, so much has happened, and I've actually never said this on camera to anyone. And I know the backlash is going to come in, but hey, I'm
your
ready
life.
for it. It's my life, it's my story, and I'm
Yeah.
proud of it, regardless of how it goes. So, I remember a friend calls me, and I was having one of those low moments, like very low. The kids need fees, you know. and this friend of mine called me, and she's like, T, I'm waiting for you to tell me and then I tried to justify it like I did for all those
Yeah,
years.
no, bad.
Because it was 10 years altogether, and at times we count more than 10. Because if you add the years when we were besties and all of that, it's more than 10. It's close to like 15 or more.
Yeah.
So, I was like, let me see, what am I getting out of this? What am I getting? What am I getting? And I didn't know what I was getting.
You couldn't.
I couldn't find it. And that's when I was like, I can't do this. If society is going to stigmatize me and say, oh, the fame and the money made you forget about your man, because that's how he tried to put it. Oh, the fame is getting to your head. I told him, Negro, please. When you met me, I already had the fame. When we was friends, I already had the fame. Nothing done changed. If anything, you should thank me for the loyalty. And we parted ways. It's been 2 years. I'm out here living my best life. Co-parenting sucks, but we get through it. If the kids are happy, that's all that counts. You know, I don't think there should be any bad blood.
Are you happy?
I am extremely happy. It's at times it catches me off guard. I break
old is
into
your
dance.
daughter?
My youngest is 4.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it is what it is. You walk away and you try to find your happiness, try to find your balance. Another one bites the dust, I guess. But I can't say. Someone was like, T, it's been twice. Are you going to try it the 3rd time? To having babies? Heck no. 3 is a number. This one's already got me way too many stretch marks. And the car busting off. No, I am saying never. Moving forward, I don't want any babies. Njagala kulia happy. I want to raise the 3 that I have ever so perfectly. In regards, if it comes to love, everybody deserves love. You know, everybody deserves love. When I get it, I'll get it. If I don't get
Are you
it,
saying you don't have it? You've looked those ways. Now we know.
we're still in that process of, could it be? I mean, okay, the process is more on my end. Because, I mean, you've been burned twice. What would you expect the 3rd time around? So, but I'm just living my best life.
Okay.
I go on so many dates when I can. Okay, I stopped recently because, well, it got boring. Because every date I go on, the people get pissed off. I can't begin telling you my entire life story. Okay. I can do it on Monday, then do it on Wednesday. I don't know how these single girls do it who go on dates on a daily. You meet guy A on Monday, like, so I went to school, I grew up, I like you, red is my favorite color. Nah, son, I can't do that.
So now you're living your life, you're
living my life.
working, you're raising your kids, and basically doing your best to be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm not even trying so hard to be happy. I am happy.
You have peace.
I have peace of mind. I have...
You said you weren't sleeping. Are you sleeping now?
like a baby, getting me out of bed. And I have to be honest, I got out of depression. Yay, for me, I didn't even have to be on antidepressants for that long. After the 6 months, I worked on me. I fought me. Regards with the alcohol at night, now I don't really even need it that much. Yeah, as a human being, at times you come back from work, it's been a long day, you pour yourself a glass of wine or a finger of whiskey, but I don't depend on it anymore.
You needed it then.
I needed it. Now I don't. I have 12 dogs, 3 kids, good people around me. That's all I need. That's, at times in life we don't need so much. That's all I need. And
well, good for you.
yeah, I'm happy for me too.
Yeah.
Could get better, but it's definitely
it will
not
get
going to
better.
get
What
worse.
did your dad say?
You know what? You know
It
what?
will get
It will
better.
get better.
Yeah.
Because you determine your tomorrow by how you think of your today.
Yeah, see, I was paying attention. And I'm going to use that.
You should. It actually works. It does.
Well, we're out of time. But thank you so much for coming on the show. I love your energy.
Oh, Jesus,
And
they
I
are
have to
going to
say-
crucify.
No.
But you know what? Bring it on.
You know what?
I know.
Everyone has a story.
Here's the thing. Most people always tell me Tina TIA. And on top of that, TMI. When I go into detail, I go into detail. Someone's like, maybe at times you give up a little bit about too much of yourself when you talk to the people that you know. I'm like, look here. I ain't never going to change my situation. But there could be someone out there who is stuck in a rut. There could be someone out there who could use your story, who could use your drive, your motivation, your everything to be in a better place. And the prayer I keep giving every morning when I'm praying, I put the book down. Me and religion, we have issues. That is another season, Banang.
Yeah.
I can tell you stories to last you another lifetime. I know too much. But I keep telling God, when I wake up today, bless the works of my hands. Make me or help me touch even 2 souls, even if it's just 1 soul, every day. Let me put someone in a better mood. Let me inspire someone. Let that be my contribution for all the good that you've done in my life, because I feel I'm a miracle. I'm a miracle. That's always my prayer. It doesn't have to be nice.
Gratitude is the most important thing.
Give thanks. These earnings are just, they're plus. Just gratitude. Be happy, be thankful.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, thank you so much
Go
for
home and kiss
having
your
me.
babies.
I am going to kiss my babies. I think we're going to go and do the nene. We've been trying to do the nene. Years later, after it is a craze.
I know.
My kids have 2 left feet. My Jesus.
It will pass. It will pass. All right, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're welcome.